And good morning, guys. Johnny here from Chronic Health. Early morning, South Florida. Here's a view of Biscayne Bay here in South Florida. How beautiful! It's about 6:45, and it's getting brighter a lot earlier now. So the next 2 months are the best 2 months of the year down here in South Florida. March and April. Coming out down here to get some sun, try to work outside, try to do the best that I can, everything I can do outside instead of doing it indoors in a gym. I try as much as possible. All right, and as always, talking about health. Right. A lot of people have asked me, they keep asking me about my diet. And I am, once again, this guy is 53 years old. I have a lot of wrinkles, but my health is perfect, super in shape. And my philosophy or my protocol is less is better. I don't want to be taking tons of pills, injections, and so I'm doing all this to prevent. It's preventive health, right? So I don't want to be going to the doctor all the time. And so, as far as my diet, right, I went plant-based 6 years ago. It was almost impossible. It's almost impossible. I know I'm not promoting the diet. I preach about it. I tell you how great it is. But it's like talking politics with people. People think that meat is the best way to go. Vegetarians, vegans, fruitarian, blah, blah, blah. All I can tell you is my experience is I had a challenge. That happened when I was 48 years old, and I met someone who was 78, a business partner who looked amazing, and proposed to me a challenge was go about 30 days without any animal products. None, right? It took me 14 months to achieve 30 days without any animal products, from cheese to yogurt to milk, although I wasn't consuming most of it was meat. All kinds of animal DNA, right? So that was a challenge, right? You go weak, you get all these withdrawal symptoms, and you go very sick. And it's because you're detoxing and you're addicted to your microbiome is addicted to what you eat, and you gotta actually get rid of the microbiome, which is just good bacteria, and rebuild, right? A new microbiome that is able to absorb your new diet. I didn't go raw right away, but I went plant-based. So I was eating rice, I was eating beans, also vegetables, lots of fruits, and see, you gotta adjust because the hardest part is to find out what to eat. Since you always cook something, and usually, I don't know, a piece of steak or whatever, right? So that was the hardest part, what to eat. But once I got accustomed, it was all about the smell. I will go out, and I'm half Argentinian, Peruvian. So I will go out, and it's all about the smell. Barbecue, a grill, pastas, you call it. All those great smells that make you sense, make you feel like you want to eat when you don't really have to, right? So now, it's been 14 months, I went raw. And I'm mostly eating fruits. And the change is amazing. People who tell me about protein, I'm like, no, you don't really need protein. What I'm trying to consume is as much fructose, fruits, right? Fructose contain amino acids. It's watery fruit, or watery food, right? So instead of drinking more water, I'm eating more water, right? Oranges, apples, watermelon, even banana, lots of bananas, right? And what happens is those amino acids that I consume my body will make them into proteins. So my diet, basically, for those people who say, well, you can't get so strong, say, I'm eating like a gorilla. And say, well, why would you eat like a gorilla? Is because if you have an animal in the house, right, and it's not super domesticated like a cat or like a dog or any animal, right, you give it any kind of food, right, and any animal, right, will do one single sniff, and the animal will know yes or not. They will eat it or no. You have a cat, you have a dog, one sniff, and they look at you like, okay, human, is that what you're going to eat? I'm not eating that. They know. So animals know what to eat right away. Now, humans, we do have that capability. We are the creme of la creme of evolution, right? We rule the planet. We have the capability to one touch, one smell, and to say yes or no. We have lost it. We have lost the capability of telling our bodies or trying to find out should we eat or not. And when I said I'm eating like a gorilla, is because since the gorilla is the closest, is 1 to 1.5% of DNA difference between humans and gorillas or orangutans or chimpanzees, right? They know what to eat right away, and they're huge. You have a 400-pound gorilla, you're not going to tell me that he or she needs protein, right? So what do they eat? They eat seeds, nuts, sprouts, vegetables, right? There's a particular way to eat some of your greens, but mostly they eat fruits, and they get all the diet from fruits. They don't eat any animal product. You don't see a 400-pound gorilla drinking milk or having a steak, right? Now, we as humans are very flexible. We can eat that, right? And we can get some nutrients out of it, right? But that's not the best diet. And the reason why most people cannot go vegetarian, vegan, and they remain on the animal diet, the carnivore diet, whatever, is because the commercialization of the food supply, right? You getting all these vegetables, all these foods that are commercial. They don't have seeds, they're pumped up. They have no nutrients. We have depleted the soil from microorganisms. So there's no nutrients, there's no micronutrients on the soil. So what we're pumping out of the ground is literally bigger, empty. So a lot of people struggle with that, where you try to get all your nutrients from vegetables, from fruits, from seeds, from nuts, but if you buy it in the supermarket, you're pretty much buying, they're trying to make money. We have to understand that. So they fall back into meat because they can't do it. Now, if you can source or you can grow your own food, you don't have to go. I mean, I don't have to go. Now, eat what you want to eat, right? But because, like I'm saying, I'm not promoting the diet. I'm preaching about it. That's what I'm doing right here. I can tell you can eat fruits. That's all you need. But they have to be truly organic, right? And when the sense that they're not commercial, they have to have seeds, right? What you buy in the supermarket pretty much is garbage. Even though you buy organic, they're not organic. They just, they trick the label to make it organic when they're not, right? So what I do is I found superfoods, meal replacement. I found a company and there's many of them. You got to go look it up. I just found one that works for me, right? That is all vegan. You can call it vegan. I don't like to call myself vegan. I'm an omnivore. But you don't eat meat. I will eat your dog. I will eat your cat. I'm not here to, values, morals, all that nonsense that you want to make up. What works, what doesn't work. If I don't have to eat it, if I don't need it, I don't eat it. So that's how. So that's what I'm sorry. What I'm saying is that I'm sourcing since I live in the city, right? Since I live in the city and I have to go to the supermarket and I try to go to the farmer's market, and you cannot really get what you want. So that's another reason why we're overweight, right? And still hungry, because you're not getting the nutrients that you need, right? So you're overeating to compensate. We're not getting the nutrients that we need, so we're overeating to compensate. And that's the problem with most vegetarians, vegans. You see them, they're out of shape. And I can tell you one thing about when you go vegan, vegetarian, truly, right? One thing that you're going to notice is all your senses, your 5 senses get super enhanced, right? And as your senses get enhanced, one of the changes you're going to notice, you do not get upset. So if you see a vegan, a vegetarian out there crying, complaining, whining, and protesting, blah, blah, yelling at people, they're not. Most likely those people turn around, they go to McDonald's, right? They just show off, and you see there's a lot of fake of those people. You eat plants, you eat vegetables, you eat fruits. You don't consume, get this in your head, animal DNA. If you don't try to make animal DNA into a human being, You remain calm all the time. You become so, when you become so calm, is when your senses get enhanced. Your vision, your ear, your smell, sense of smell, your taste, your touch, everything gets super enhanced. So you calm. And that's when you make your best decisions. A lot of people do not understand that health, right? It starts with being conscious about your breathing. That is my first thing every day in the morning. I try to be all the time on top of my breathing. How am I breathing? Through my nose, not through my mouth, through my nose. In, out, come down, relax, right? Then you have 3 other things that you got to do. You got to be fully rested, as many hours as you have to. I sleep less than 6 hours now, right? And I'm fully rested. I will sleep as many hours as I have to be fully rested. That nonsense that you have to sleep 7, 8, 9 hours, those experts are not even experts. They're clueless, right? I can tell you, there are no experts. Everybody can claim whatever they want. And being in shape has nothing to do, well, it's got something to do, but it's not fully healthy. I'm concentrated on my health, on my age, right? And that allows me to be always in shape, right? I want to train, so I want to be fully rested. I want to do functional exercises, stretching, pushing, pulling, hanging, swimming, running. I want to be able to use the body or I'm going to lose it, right? And I'm super in shape, I can tell you that. And the other one is nutrition, which is the hardest part. The hardest part is what to eat, right? I'm on a raw plant-based, I like to say, but mostly fruits, organic. If you cannot get that, what you can do is go find, so there are many companies out there that are organic, truly organic, vegan, no GMOs, right? Meal replacements. And I try to get plant-based protein, amino acids, superfoods are great, spirulina, moringa, ashwagandha, all those things are great, right? Cacao, honey. My favorite, I was having a conversation with a guy who is also raw plant-based, and just by coincidence, I tell him, listen, this is what I like. It's like, that's exactly what I eat for breakfast, which is my breakfast between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning. Usually is 3 bananas, right? Cinnamon, honey, cacao, and ashwagandha. That's my breakfast. That's a full breakfast. Full breakfast. Bananas, ashwagandha, cacao, cinnamon, and all with honey on top of it. Huge breakfast. If you have kids, that's the best breakfast you can have. You don't get sleepy, and that's a problem with eating meat, right? We're trying to make animal DNA into human being. Please, once you are on this side, you can understand that, but most people cannot understand that. You're trying to make animal DNA, chicken or beef or whatever animal that you eat. You're trying to make animal DNA into a human, right? I just can't. But hey, if that's your, what happens is the system gets so confused, and most of the crap that you eat, right, becomes waste. Which I like to say, if you want to have abs, right, if you want to have your health, it's not in the kitchen. It's far away on the kitchen, fasting. And if you want to have your health, it's far away from the toilet. Don't poop. Don't poop meaning not to get rid of the waste. I'm saying try not to generate waste in the body. If you eat meat and the system gets so confused, it takes forever to digest it. That's why you have to sleep 7, 8 hours, 9 hours. You sleep in too many hours, it's your diet, most likely. All right, and I already went 14 minutes, right? What am I doing this for? I'm documenting, I'm recording, right? How am I supposed to look in my 50s, my best years, right? When you start making more money, but if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So I follow everybody out there, right? And you come out to the conclusion that there are no experts, especially those who tell you they are experts, especially those who tell you who are PhDs. What is a PhD? You read a few books, you took a few tests. Now we know that the whole staff, even in Harvard, they're all cheating. They were all cheating, and they all cheat. Everybody cheats. Come on, guys. So when you tell you have a degree, be a skeptic. That means nothing. You read a few books, you took a few tests, nonsense. Everything that, no more books for me. I don't read books. Why? Because everything I need to know is written here. You need to learn how to read this. All your DNA. I don't know my grandparents for thousands of years ago, but their DNA remains here, right? And I'm adjusting all the time. And I like to get inputs from everybody. I never say no. I don't close the door. I don't say I know. I don't know anything. Because you don't know, all the doors are open. Once you think you know, a door is being closed, and that's being closed-minded. And with that, I'm going to let you go. Another shot of the bay. Beautiful day. Yanni here from Chronic Health. How beautiful. Check it out, guys. And have an amazing day. Ciao.